Hey, Alex. Nice to have you on the show. How are you doing?
Matt, I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me.
Sure, really excited about this. So tell me, and not tell me, I know you already, but tell my listeners a little bit more about yourself. Who are you, Alex?
Me. Um, who am I? Well, you can't, this is video, this is audio, but you can't see the boards behind me. But yeah, I'm a big surfer. I live in San Diego, and by profession, by trade, I am a life leadership coach.
Nice.
That's me by trade, yes. And who I
Yeah.
am, Matt, I'm no stranger to conversations and coaching and creating who I am. So this will give you a little something fun about me. I'm a Jack Johnson song in the flesh,
Yes.
warm-hearted, power-filled brother dude who's a ray of sun that peeks out and heats you up at dawn patrol.
Wow, love it, love it. And that's so you. I know you now for a couple of months or like a year or something, and that's just awesome. Thanks for sharing. So what's what's your vision? What's your dream? What are you working on right now?
Okay. What I am working on right now. Uh, my business is it's humming along, right? It's there's new obstacles, new goals, new things to reach, but I'm in a cool little flow. So like when you ask for the vision, I know what I want it to look like. I know financially, I know clients, I numbers, I've reverse engineered what I want this year to look like, right? And then from that, it's really just it's creating, it's
Yeah.
clients, it's conversations, it's rocking and rolling. It's great. It's just staying in a beautiful flow of consistency. So when I look at my vision, it's really sitting into my consistency. And then what also comes up is I've got some fun trips coming up, right? I'm coming off
Yeah.
of two young babies. So we're doing a long trip to Central America. And probably some things will come up in this conversation of some creation
Mm.
as I'm tapping into that trip and what could be what could be or will be some really possible opportunities, fun opportunities for me.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing and sensing is also this excitement to get on this trip.
Yeah. There's definitely excitement. We've before the pandemic, gosh, we'd spent a couple trips each year to Costa Rica. So we're getting back into that kind of a fun flow. And again, with the children, taking them, they're one, my son, who's 2.5, there's this really fun opportunity to see him in this kind of environment with the mountains and the
Yeah.
animals and the surf and just a different environment than what I experience here or what we all experience here in Southern California. The
Mm.
slowing down process, right? That
Yeah.
gets me very excited.
Yeah. So what would you say is a topic that you want to work on today? Is
Okay,
it
okay.
in regards of this adventure ahead of you, like this trip,
Yeah, for
or is there
sure.
something else?
No, for sure, for sure. So
So
year
so
few
what's
year,
what's important? Sorry, what's important
well,
about this trip for you?
um, well, big picture, my wife and I are always, or of the last couple of the last year, no, not even of the last year, of the last 6 months, been exploring what's next for us. We've loved the little niche we've created here in San Diego, living near the water, the community, but we've always had these ideas of creation of we have family in Portugal, we have family in Costa Rica, um, of of what how we could do by country living or how we can mix up best of both worlds, right? So
Yeah.
so this trip, like we're kind of planting a seed of maybe there is this opportunity now. There was a time in the past that we looked at purchasing a boutique hotel there, and so we experimented with what that would look like, and things didn't come to fruition. It just wasn't right. And now we're doing this long trip again, and we're like, hey, there's an opportunity here. Things seem to be, I don't like seem, I don't like, I try to be very, I'm very cautious of my language. Things are opening up, from friends are wanting to build things there, things are happening. And some things are happening with me of my coaching, and some seeds I planted in the past. There's some opportunity to explore those on this trip.
Yeah.
Does that answer the question?
Yeah. Yeah. And what is it you want to plant the seed with your coaching business in Costa Rica?
So as I mentioned previous, I love to surf. I love to travel. Yoga's been a big part of my life. Meditation's been a big part of my life. And how I can mix all of those ideas, those things, those activities that I love, and mix that into the coaching that I love to do, and helping and guiding clients and getting them out of getting them out of their everyday world, putting them into that environment, whatever that looks like. So yeah, that's the seed, right? Like I haven't put it together. I have family that has a beautiful place with cabins up in these mountains that they built, and it's beautiful. And I've talked a couple of years ago, I was like, wow, it'd be really fun to do a retreat here, right? Or it'd be really fun to bring in coaching with yoga and mix in surfing and some kind of a package. Something.
Something.
Yeah.
Sounds like you're really into it, and you want to build and create something new. So let's play around a little bit. Let's, imagine you have this magic wand, and hocus pocus, pew, here you are, like a year later, sitting there. What comes up for you? Coaching, surfing, yoga, family, all this.
Okay. So it's been a year, right? And there's a magic wand, and I was in creation mode, right, for this year. Well, what comes up for me is, if I put that magic wand and we put it towards the business, that I will have launched a couple retreats. Again, I don't know what it looks like yet, but maybe it's not being cautious of what it'll look like. Get into creation mode and experiment, test, try. First thing that came up is inviting. I have a client that a previous client that I invited that could pull this off to come meet up, and there's an opportunity to sample what this will look like. So if it's been a year, I've already created a couple of these workshops, if you will, where an experience where being with me and the coaching experience happens. And in that coaching experience, we get to create something unique for each individual, or maybe, that's something they want to come and work on. And then I have the opportunity to, in those experiences, to challenge them, not only personally, who they're being, the work they want to do, knowing like what comes up as I'm talking through this creation, this dialogue, is knowing like what doing work before they come, right? And the trip is the accumulation of the beginning of the work, and then we get to dive into the experience they need to create. So it's almost like what's coming up as I'm talking, Matt, it's like almost like a tailor-made experience for the groups that come.
And what does this to you, to have this tailor-made groups working with these guys?
Well, for me, it's sharing a part of the world that I've really grown to love. I remember meeting my wife, who's Costa Rican, and just that click when I was like, ooh, like my mind started going like, ooh, Costa Rica. I love Costa Rica. I would love to make a life in Costa Rica, right? That we were just getting to know each other, but that was a initial gut reaction.
Mhm.
I mean, I fell in love with her. Like, she could have been Panamanian, whatever, right? But the Costa Rica, that first initial like jolt of like, oh man, it's
Yeah.
been a special place for me in the past, and then a special place. I proposed to her in Costa Rica. And it's just, I've done some retreats, ayahuasca, I've experimented. There's some things in Costa
Right.
Rica that have been special.
Yeah. So
And,
what
and
I'm hearing is also like you have this special connection to Costa Rica. First of all, through your wife, and also now maybe to connect it with your coaching.
yeah, yeah, the
Yeah.
surfing and the yoga and the
Surfing.
vibe and the
Yeah.
outdoors. Yeah, there's
So
something there.
yeah. So how does this feel? How does this make you feel? Like being in this place of giving these retreats, having this connection to Costa Rica, families here, working with awesome clients.
Yeah, first gut reaction is wow, right? That
Yeah,
sounds
it's like
like it sounds very exciting. Yeah, my
yeah,
first gut reaction is like, whoo, that sounds exciting. And then
yeah,
when I kind of get beyond that first gut reaction, it taps in the uncertainty and the, the
yeah,
action to do it. Like it's one thing to like you and I are creating through dialogue, but it's a whole nother thing to take the creation and take it into action, right?
right.
And then what comes up is, as I'm talking out loud to you, maybe it's not putting all this kind of pressure on maybe it's in a test, an experiment on what this thing will look like, right? Maybe it's small little steps, and I might do it and be like, well, this sucks having to cater to this, but then we get to create the people that come. We get to create the work around
Yeah,
it. I'm not just sending out information where, hey, come and join us
yeah,
on this
yeah,
retreat, right? So as I'm like processing it, yeah.
yeah. Maybe I can bring you back here. So you said there, the first reaction is like this, wow, what's this? And I literally could see like a light beam out of your heart or something, like, woo, that's the thing. And then the next thing what I've heard is, but there is all this uncertainty.
Yeah.
So what's
So I've
about the
never done it.
uncertainty? Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's something I've never done,
yeah.
It's
How
it's
does this feel? Like
it,
doing something you've never done before?
yeah, it's that's we all get that feeling. We're all human,
Yeah,
right? Like
right.
no matter who you are on this planet, I don't care who you are. Anytime you move into another realm of something you haven't done, there's a feeling, right?
Yeah,
There's a feeling of fear, there's a feeling of uncertainty. I don't care who you are. And if you tell me otherwise, I'll be like, all right,
right.
I'd really like to know about that. But it's the amygdala, right? Like I was listening to something this morning that tapped into this this fear that kicks in. But yeah, it's pushing through it. It's acknowledging it. It's talking through it, right? So yeah, there is
Yeah,
that certain bit of uncertainty. If I'm willing or want to do the work to put this on, and maybe it's not even that challenging or hard. Who knows? I won't know unless I try or experiment
yeah,
with it.
yeah. And so what would help you, imagine going to Costa Rica and being there, what would be a first step to initiate this vision?
Hmm. Okay. First step.
Yeah,
Well,
like a
we're gonna.
practical
Yeah.
little small step that you can do
Okay.
to get started.
Um, okay. First thing that comes up is first thing that comes up. The first tiny step is really start talking about it. Like this is a first beautiful step. Just start talking about it. Start playing with what this could look like, right? And then I know that's kind of like mental, like we're just sitting into the vision, the creation. I think that's important, right? I think the communication is super important to start communicating what this could look like. I
Yeah,
think what comes up is, if I really want to take action, is sending out an invitation to one of my clients that could pull this off, right? And then
yeah,
and then be honest about what I'm looking to do. And like, this is a client, we just wrapped up a 6-month contract. He made these huge shifts, and he's at a place in his life where he could come down, and I could create with him what this experience will look like, and be honest and be like, hey, you're my guinea pig, and what this,
Yeah.
like, so instead of getting caught up in the what's the word, analysis by paralysis, overthinking, or like, if I get to action and just do and create with someone that I've already created that really rad container for, and this could be really, yeah, there's something there in the doing instead of the overthinking is what comes up
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So would this be something you want to experiment with, bringing this client on board? And
I already planted a seed. I did. I like the other day, this former client is he's been in this super experimental mode, and like he was looking at yoga retreats in August, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be down in Costa Rica for a month in March, or in February, excuse me. And would you be interested in coming? And I said, there's yoga retreats there. And yes, I started planting a seed. And Anya, my wife, as we're talking about it, she goes, why don't you invite so-and-so? And I'm like, and it's just like, through the conversation, the creation starts to happen. You're like, ooh. And then what comes up too is not sitting on it, playing with it, and saying, and putting out an invitation, right? Like, not getting caught in the overthinking and being like, hey,
yeah.
and maybe the creation, just there's one small step that already happened. Now it's the next small step. What comes up for me is, what would make this experience amazing for my clients? And
Yeah.
maybe I wrap it into a beautiful 3 days of yoga, of beach, of surfing.
This sounds awesome.
Something, yeah,
Yeah,
something
this
like
is
that.
yeah. So let's play with this to before we get to the end of this session. So what about a little challenge for you? And you can say either yes, no, or give me a counter offer. What about inviting 10 guys to be your guinea pigs on this retreat?
That's bold. 10 dudes. That is bold. 10 dudes. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. That's
that
is
then that from your
that's
reaction, it's the right challenge for you, I guess.
oh
10,
God,
10
yeah.
dudes, inviting 10 dudes to a experimental retreat, testing things out.
I'm starting to create names of what this could look like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do this afterwards. It's like, is this a yes and no, or like give me a counter offer?
Okay, so tapping into I'm gonna be there for 5 weeks. I don't want to overthink it, but I also want it to be good.
Yeah.
And maybe, yeah, no. 10 feels bold. 5, no, I let's do it. No, 10 is, I like it.
Awesome.
No, 10. Because all these other ideas of people, because I'm a connector, right? I love connecting with people.
And you
Make so
can,
many connections. I got 10 dudes that I could easily, that surf, that are like-minded, that are into personal development, and I could show them an experience. And yeah, this could be, I like it. I accept the challenge.
awesome,
Dr.
awesome.
Matt.
Yeah. Awesome, Alex. And I know you can do this. You're such an awesome coach and awesome guy, and all this energy that I get from our conversations, it's like almost mind-blowing and so positive. So there will be no challenge at all for you to get 10 dudes on this little experiment. So yeah, whom do you want to tell this, that you're going to invite these 10 people? Is there anyone like having a little accountability about it?
My wife is an incredible supportive partner. If I plant that seed with her, she she's my muse, man. Like
Yeah.
her
She will kick your
creativity.
butt.
She'll hold me accountable,
Yeah,
and
awesome.
she'll also get creative with me and come up
Nice.
with ideas,
Yeah.
and she'll also talk about it and talk to the people. And we have a lot of connections in Costa Rica. That is talking about planting a seed and watering it,
Yeah.
and yeah, so sharing it with her.
Awesome. And I can already see this beautiful scene, you in the middle and all these guys around, maybe 20, 30, I don't know, and having
Yeah.
this awesome experience. So what's a learning from the last 15 minutes working together? So what is something that you can take away for you?
Um, what I can take away is not not playing small, right? Like I'm in a comfort zone with clients. I got rad one-on-one clients. I've done group coaching, right? And I've done dad groups. I've done my bit. So reminding myself, like I still love my one-on-one coaching, but this could be, I'm always looking for some kind of ways of growth, and talk about growth, hosting something like this and hosting these men, and what this could look like, and doing it before I'm ready. That's what comes
Yeah.
up. That's what comes up. That's a big takeaway, is
Yeah.
is reminding myself before I've done anything, I did it before I was really ready. So do it before you're ready.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it before you're ready. Love it. Man,
Yeah.
you can do this. Awesome. I can't wait to see the photos of this retreat coming up on
You're gonna
social.
probably be invited, brother.
Yeah, yeah, let's see. Awesome. Thank you so much, Alex. It was a blast to have you on the
Thank
show.
you. Thank
And I
you.
can't
Yeah.
wait to hear yeah, the news when you're there, what you're creating. And you're such such creative and fun and easygoing guy. And I'm sure this will be an awesome trip for you and your family. And whatever happens there will happen.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think you just said it really well. Whatever will happen there will happen. Like surrendering to what you can't control, but that doesn't mean you can't get in creative mode and see where how it all comes. It comes by action from our being, right? So that really registers. So thank you for that.
Awesome. Amen to this. See you soon, man.
See you, brother. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.